Hey, yo, man, this home crowd is pumped up for this game. Let's go out there and put on a show for these folks, man. All right? Y'all with me? Get pumped.
We're coming at you from New Orleans, Louisiana, and the New Orleans Arena in beautiful downtown New Orleans as the Hornets prepare to take the floor. Last game for the Hornets, the loss to Chicago.
Their shot selection in that loss stood out to me, guys. Too much one-on-one play, not enough ball movement.
It certainly was not an example of team basketball, Steve. I mean, there's no question about that.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Evans and Robinson are the 3 and the 4. Thornton out there with Brooks, and it's Cousins in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for New Orleans, the machine in its small forward. Ryan Anderson is at the 4 with Anthony Davis at the 5. Gordon is out there at Bledsoe.
Hello YouTube, this is the Sim Basketball Operator bringing you an NBA 2K13 My Career key game against the Sacramento Kings. As you can see, the key game matchup is against Tyreke Evans, who really hasn't established his position in the NBA. He started out as a point guard, kind of got put to shooting guard in second, third season, and because of the more of a need in the Sacramento Kings lineup, he kind of played a lot of small forward this past season. Personally, I think he's better suited for the shooting guard or even the point guard. I think that he could work really well. He's athletic enough, can guard the quicker point guards of the NBA. But I just don't think he has the height or the ability to play small forward. So I think the Kings should move him, and he could use a better change of scenery because the Kings are one of the more dysfunctional franchises in the NBA. They did manage to retain their team in Sacramento, but now it's about changing the culture. As you can see, I get a nice block there on John Salmons. And then here's Marshawn Brooks giving it to me. And the double teams came early and often. I throw a dangerous pass to Willis Weaver, and he somehow manages to make that layup. So the Kings have a better record than us in this game. They're one of the more overrated teams in 2K. As you can see, to close out the first quarter, I'm getting the buzzer beater. And it's pretty high scoring, as always, 31-27 Kings. But as I was saying, this is one of the more overrated teams in 2K. It's all Thomas Robinson, who developed into a beast into his second season. DeMarcus Cousins is one of the higher potentials, as does Tyreke Evans. And Aaron Brooks is rated like an 80 overall in this game, which is insane. And Marcus Thornton is one of the more deadly offensive weapons in 2K. So now for the bio on the Kings, let's turn to the New Orleans Hornets in this My Career mode. And the Hornets are a pretty bad team. We can't defend at all. It's pretty much whether we can outscore the other team or not. That guy right there, not the guy dunking, Ryan Anderson, is probably one of the worst defenders I've ever seen in my life. I mean, he just cannot play a lick of defense. Thomas Robinson looked like the future Hall of Famer at power forward. You can see my defense is not too good either. As Marcus Thornton drains the 3. They're already up to a 17-point lead. And then I'm getting subbed out. You know, this might be a warning sign telling me to look for a change of scenery. Because as you can see, to close out 2 quarters, we are getting killed by the Sacramento Kings. Well, not killed, but it's a pretty sizable lead at 12 points. And they are already up to 65 points. So I'll see you guys after the halftime show.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to the halftime report for this Thursday night.
Alright, I still can't get over the fact that how short my halftime shows are. I still haven't figured out that problem. But anyways, getting to the gameplay, Gordon's getting blocked by the ex-Hornet Marcus Thornton, who was traded for Carl Landry way back when. But anyways, after a missed fast break opportunity, I'm getting a nice 3 on the secondary break off a beautiful no-look pass from Eric Gordon, who's pretty much the only teammate I like. And here I'm palming the ball like Michael Jordan, and I'm going around and then getting that tough contact layup and knocking over Thomas Robinson. Flopping is not allowed. As you can see, I pick up the loose ball, and I'm now throwing it up to Eric Gordon. Nice finish right there. Fast forward that long replay. Beautiful alley-oop pass from the small forward. Becoming one of the better passers from that position in the NBA. And this sparked a little bit of a run, so we're starting to close that gap, starting to close this distance, but they soon busted back out to double digits at around 12. Here comes Tyreke Evans. He's got Eric Gordon on him, and he's getting into the paint, and then a dumb reaching foul. We get a lot of those when the shot clock's winding down. We play good defense, and all of a sudden we break down and then commit some dumb foul. So anyways, still the lead's at a dozen. They already have 84 points. Giving it over to Isaiah Thomas, who is, I think, coming off the bench due to Aaron Brooks being so good in this game. And he's finding Thomas Robinson for yet another dunk. And now, got Tyreke Evans palming the ball again. That is just so much fun. Now getting it over to Anthony Davis. And a turnaround jumper? Okay. Didn't know he had that. It's one of those no, but yes moments. And Aaron Brooks is missing that shot. And so we're going to close the third quarter down by what looks like to be a single digit, so 9 points. We closed a little bit. We still got a lot to work on. Look at that poor defense from both sides, really. Shouldn't really be getting over 75 points in 3 quarters, but, you know, happens by association too. And nice spin here. But I have nowhere to go, so I'm handing it over to Anthony Davis. And he gets it to the closest margin since about the first quarter. So it was a 7-point lead. Here comes the Kings back on the ball. And they're running who else but Marcus Thornton off screens. And he is just going to take this giant step out to the 3-point line and just drill it. Eric Gordon played terrible defense, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure what he could have done on that play. But here, the lead's back to 15. Let's cut that down back to 12 with that 3. You can see I'm having a pretty efficient game. Not so much on the turnover margin. So which brings me to my big question, because the Kings refuse to let us get any closer than 10. My biggest question is basically, should I go for the effect, meaning just hog the ball, but get a lot of assists, dominate, get a lot of points responsible for me, take a lot of shots, and make a lot of shots since I'm one of the more efficient players? Or should I go for more efficiency, you know, focus on just shutting down my man, limiting turnovers, but also putting more responsibility into my teammates? As you can see, I get a nice block right there. And now I'm calling for the ball, and look at me dropping Aaron Brooks, spinning off, and getting the nice layup. What a beautiful move, dropping Aaron Brooks to the floor. A pretty big accomplishment considering he's such a good player in 2K. I still can't get over that fact. As you can see, I'm dumping it off to Eric Bledsoe, the athletic point guard that we have on this team. But our home crowd is pretty much dead. As you can see, the crowd intensity meter is a dismal 85. And yep, this is pretty much the end of the game. Couple seconds left. I'm just going to call for it. Get the ball. I'm wide open. I don't know what I'm doing, but oh well. I still get the layup, bringing me to 44 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and a ridiculous 89% from the field. I think I missed a total of 2 shots, so it's very impressive. On the other hand, we lost. I'm still dominating games. See DeMarcus Cousins giving me the pat of sympathy, because now they're 12-7, so they're pretty much in the playoffs at this point. It's still early in the season, but you know, they're a good team. They're really showing it. They're dominating us on both sides. And so that's pretty much the end of this game. What did 2K think of my performance? Good as always. But I'm still not getting those win bonuses because we lose. So Marcus Thornton scored 28 points on 11 of 21 shooting. DeMarcus Cousins 17 of 9. Tyreke Evans, I kind of held him down. 6 of 10 shooting, 14 points. As you can see, the minutes are still skewed as always. Ryan Anderson, 0 points, but he did grab 9 rebounds. I had 44 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 blocks, but 5 turnovers. And he shot 17 of 19 from the field. That is just brilliant. And looking at some team stats, just a high-scoring game. They took 94 shots. We had 11 turnovers to their 4. They beat us on the offensive glass. So yes, improvements are still needed. And so this is the Sim Basketball Operator, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Another month, another Player of the Month award in the books for you. How have you been able to sustain this level of play through so much of this season?
It's just what great players do. It's nice to be honored again, but it don't mean a thing if I can't put these awards together with the Finals MVP trophy come June. This season and any season for the rest of my career will be a failure if I don't get a ring. Period. Individual honors just become paperweights until then. So I appreciate getting another paperweight added to my collection. Let's hope it don't stay that way.